You're sitting in your manager's office. The calendar invite said performance review. You've got your notes ready, your wins lined up. And you're about to find out the decision was made 6 weeks ago. Today we're talking about the promotion timeline nobody tells you about, the meetings that happen without you, and the window that's closing faster than you think. This is Career Cheat Codes. Let's get into it. Here's something your company doesn't advertise. By the time HR schedules your review meeting, the budget is already allocated. Your raise percentage? Decided. Your promotion slot? Assigned or not. And that meeting where you plan to make your case? It's not a negotiation, it's a notification. Most people walk into their reviews ready to negotiate. They might as well be negotiating the weather. The real game happened months earlier, and most employees weren't even in the room. Today I'm going to show you exactly when those decisions get made, and more importantly, how to influence them before the window slams shut. Let's start with timing. Most companies run what's called a calibration meeting. This is where managers gather in a room and stack rank their teams. They're comparing you to every other person at your level, arguing over who gets the limited promotion slots, who gets the bigger raise pool, and who gets pushed to next year. This meeting happens 6 to 12 weeks before your actual review. At large companies, it can be even earlier. The budget gets locked, the slots get filled, and then, only then do they schedule your review meeting, the one where you thought you'd have a voice. At many companies, the performance review is too late to ask for promotion. The decision happened weeks or months earlier. Think about what that means. If your company does year-end reviews in December, the calibration meeting probably happened in October, maybe September. If you're reading this in April or May and your company runs Q3 reviews, you're in the window right now. This is when it happens. So, here's the question. What are you doing to influence that meeting you won't be invited to? Here's the new reality. In 2026, AI adoption isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's a promotion criterion. Companies like KPMG are now grading how well employees achieve AI goals. At Ringyad, the doorbell company, promotion applications must now include an explanation of how employees are using AI in their daily work. Accenture trained 550,000 employees on AI tools last year. This year, promotions hinge on whether you're actually putting that training into practice. This is a fundamental shift. For years, promotion was about tenure, time and role, checking boxes. Now it's about demonstrated capability with new tools. Skills define opportunity now, not titles. According to Robert Half's 2026 salary research, what you can do matters far more than what your job title says. So if your promotion case this year doesn't include specific examples of AI tool adoption, time saved, and output improvements, you're already behind. Here's another uncomfortable truth. 51% of workers consider their annual reviews biased or inaccurate, half of everyone. Why? Because humans make promotion decisions based on perception, not spreadsheets. Your manager's impression of you matters more than your metrics. And here's where it gets strategic. Your manager's perception isn't formed in December when they write your review. It's formed in every interaction throughout the year. Every time they see you crushing a problem. Every time they don't see you. Every time someone else mentions your work or doesn't. That's what shapes the perception that determines your raise. So here's your first move. Consider starting monthly career conversations with your manager. Not annual reviews. Dedicated 15-minute check-ins focus purely on your advancement. You might say something like, I'd love to set up a quick monthly sync to talk about my career growth and get your feedback on where I'm tracking toward promotion. Most managers will say yes. Why does this work? Because you're not asking for a promotion in that meeting. You're asking for feedback. You're building a relationship. And critically, you're staying top of mind. When that calibration meeting happens, your name won't be a surprise. Your manager will have been thinking about your trajectory for months. Let's talk about Gen Z expectations for a second. 70% of Gen Z graduates expect a promotion within their first 18 months, but 41% of managers are struggling to meet those expectations. That gap matters. It means promotions are more competitive than ever. More people are expecting them, and companies are getting pickier about who actually gets them. Here's one approach that could help. Building a brag document. It's a running log of your wins, updated weekly, quantified wherever possible. Time saved. Revenue generated. Problem solved. You might consider sharing highlights with your manager monthly, and once a quarter, consider sending a brief update to your skip level. That's your manager's manager. Keep them in the loop on what you're delivering. Why the skip level? Because in that calibration meeting, your manager needs to advocate for you, and advocacy is easier when the people above them already know your name. Now let's talk about what happens if you do get passed over. 66% of employees who tried to negotiate their salary succeeded. 78% received better offers than initially presented. Most people never even try. They accept the first number. But the data shows that just asking works more often than not. And here's the math that keeps me up at night. A $5,000 increase at age 25 compounds to $634,000 in additional lifetime earnings over 40 years. That one conversation, that one negotiation you were nervous about, it's worth more than $500,000 over your career. Not asking is the most expensive decision you can make. So if you're thinking about your next 90 days, here's what matters. First, you might want to map your company's promotion timeline. Find out when calibration meetings happen and work backward. Consider asking HR directly. When does the leadership team typically finalize promotion decisions for our review cycle? You'd be surprised how often they'll tell you. Once you know the deadline, count backward. If decisions lock in September, your influence window is July and August. That's when you need to be visible, vocal, valuable. Second, consider adding AI usage to your promotion case immediately. It's no longer optional. Document the specific tools you're using, the time you're saving, the output improvements you're generating. You might build a simple case study. I used this AI tool to complete X project in half the time, saving an estimated Y hours per month. Make it concrete. Make it measurable. This is the language leadership wants to hear right now. Efficiency, automation, doing more with less. If you can prove you're part of that story, you become harder to overlook. Third, consider building your internal network now. The people in that calibration meeting aren't just your boss. There are other managers who might advocate for you or against you. If there's a project that puts you in front of other departments, consider taking it. If there's a cross-functional meeting you could attend, showing up might be worth your time. Visibility compounds. If you're finding this useful, by the way, consider subscribing. We put out episodes like this every week. Concrete strategies you can actually use. Okay, let's talk about what to do if you've already missed the window. What if your calibration meeting already happened? Are you stuck until next year? Not necessarily. Some companies have mid-year review cycles. Some have quarterly check-ins that can influence year-end decisions. The window might be smaller, but it's rarely completely shut. And even if promotions are locked for this cycle, you might want to start building your case for the next one now, today. The employees who get promoted aren't the ones who prepare a month before reviews. Consider setting a calendar reminder right now, 6 months before your next review cycle. That's when you want to kick into high gear on visibility, documentation, and relationship building. Remember, the people who get promoted aren't necessarily better performers. They're better at making their performance visible to the right people at the right time. That's the game. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter on the meta level, understanding the system, playing by the real rules, not the ones in the employee handbook. Your next 90 days matter more than you think. The calibration meetings are coming, the budget is being allocated, and the promotion slots are limited. The question isn't whether you deserve a promotion. Lots of people deserve promotions. The question is whether you're positioned to actually get one. So here's your homework. Just this week, you might consider doing 3 things. 1. Find out when your calibration meeting happens. 2. Schedule a career conversation with your manager. And 3. Start your brag document. Open a doc right now. Write down 1 win from this week. Then make it a habit. Weekly updates. Quantified results. These aren't complicated steps, but they're the steps most people never take, and that's exactly why they work. The promotion window is closing, but it's not closed yet. You have time if you use it strategically. Your 2026 raise isn't decided in December. It's decided in the conversations you have between now and then, in the visibility you build, in the case you construct. The meeting happens without you. Make sure your reputation walks into that room before you do. That's your cheat code for the week. I'm your host. Go make it happen.